Rome, a city forged in ambition, now stood at the precipice of destiny. Julius Caesar, a name synonymous with conquest, returned victorious, his triumphs echoing through the very stones of the eternal city. The populace adored him, showering him with accolades and power. Yet with every cheer, a shadow lengthened over the ancient republic, threatening to eclipse its cherished ideals. His ambition, boundless and unyielding, stirred a profound unease among those who valued liberty above all else. The very foundations of Roman governance began to tremble. In the hallowed halls of the Senate, whispers turned to murmurs, and murmurs to a chilling resolve. A cabal of Rome's most esteemed citizens saw not a hero, but a tyrant in the making. They feared the crown, the absolute power that Caesar seemed destined to seize. Cassius, sharp-witted and resentful, fanned the flames of discontent, weaving a web of conspiracy. He sought to ensnare Brutus, a man revered for his honor and his unwavering devotion to Rome. Brutus, torn between his love for Caesar and his profound loyalty to the Republic, wrestled with an agonizing choice. The conspirators, driven by a desperate conviction, believed that only Caesar's death could preserve the fragile balance of power. Their clandestine meetings, shrouded in secrecy, sealed the fate of the Republic's most powerful man. The ides of March approached, heavy with foreboding. On that fateful day, Caesar strode into the Senate, oblivious to the betrayal that awaited him. The conspirators, cloaked in false deference, surrounded him, their daggers concealed beneath their robes. The air grew thick with tension, a silent prelude to the coming storm. Then, the first blade struck, followed by another and another. Caesar, bewildered and wounded, fought back until he saw the face of his trusted friend among his attackers. His final words, a cry of profound shock and sorrow, echoed through the chamber. "Et tu, Brute?" With that utterance, the mighty Caesar fell, bleeding out at the foot of Pompey's statue. His death was not merely the end of a man, but a violent rupture in the very fabric of Rome, unleashing chaos upon the unsuspecting city. Panic erupted in the streets, but Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal friend, sought to calm the storm. Granted permission to speak at Caesar's funeral, he began with measured words, seemingly honoring the conspirators. Yet, his true intent was far more insidious. "Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears," he began, his voice resonating with sorrow and cunning. He spoke of Caesar's virtues, his love for Rome, and his generosity, subtly turning the tide of public opinion. He revealed Caesar's will, which bequeathed wealth to every Roman citizen. Antony's masterful oration ignited the fury of the mob, transforming their grief into a burning desire for vengeance. The conspirators, once hailed as liberators, were now hunted men, forced to flee Rome as the city descended into a vengeful frenzy. The assassination plunged Rome into a brutal civil war. Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus formed the Second Triumvirate, uniting their forces against Brutus and Cassius. Battlefields across the Roman world became stages for a bloody reckoning. Legions clashed, brother fought brother, and the ideals of the Republic were drowned in a torrent of blood. The once proud Roman state was torn asunder by internal strife, its future hanging precariously in the balance. The cost of liberty, it seemed, was an unbearable price. At the Battle of Philippi, the forces of the Triumvirate met the armies of Brutus and Cassius. Defeat loomed for the conspirators. Cassius, believing all was lost, took his own life, falling upon his sword. Brutus, witnessing the collapse of his cause and the death of his friend, faced the ultimate despair. Rather than be captured and paraded through Rome, he chose an honorable death, falling upon his own sword. Mark Antony, surveying the fallen Brutus, acknowledged his profound integrity. He declared Brutus the noblest Roman of them all, a man who acted not out of envy, but for the perceived good of Rome. Thus ended the tragic saga of Caesar, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the enduring, bloody struggle for power.